Hi, my name is Nicole Mullenix, and we're talking about the pros and cons of launching an IPO. Today I'm going to be talking about the pros of IPO. The question is, with the economy on the mend, it's time for more businesses to launch IPOs. Pro or con? An IPO is an initial public offering, and this is the first sale of a stock by a company. The primary benefit of an IPO is to raise capital for a company. An IPO gives a company the liquidity that it needs. Oftentimes, a company will get this opportunity to have the cash in hand that it needs to grow the company, possibly to fund construction or even just to pay off its debts. One of the great things about an IPO is that it can be an exit strategy for its owners or private investors. They can get some of the money back that they have invested in the company from the beginning. And since they're now selling the stock publicly, they have the opportunity to sell some of their shares and get a lot of the money back that they've put into the company. Company stock can be a great incentive for employees, including managers. For some of the lower level employees, they would be very happy to own stock in the company, and this may even attract some of the well qualified employees or help to retain some of your better employees to know that they are invested in the company in this way. This could also be a great motivation for managers who you may be concerned, if they're acting in the best interest of stockholders, but if they are in fact one of those stockholders for the company, they definitely have a greater incentive to think about the profit in store for the stockholders. Um, and this encourages them to think both in the short term and the long term because they are affected by both more than just their normal paycheck. And employees, can receive these through benefits in the company. That's a great possibility. It's sometimes a benefit for companies to get out from under the private financing that they've been using previous to the IPO. Once they are a publicly traded company, they may have more control over the decisions in their company. Um, they still have the burden, to bring a profit to their investors and their stockholders, but it's different from the private investors. They may want more control, more decision making in the day-to-day runnings of the company than just the stockholders of a publicly traded company. Another benefit for an IPO is the publicity. It's just natural publicity that when a company goes public, the media is talking about it, investors are talking about it, and this can be really great for a company. Um, the last benefit of an IPO is the fact that just being a public company gives a lot of investors and customers security that they are dealing with an established company. So they see that you have um, that you are a publicly traded company, and that just shows them that they are dealing with a mature company. Thank you.